What's up, everybody? My name is Kason and welcome back to another Pokemon Draft League video. And today is a special day because we are facing off against Darude and the San Jose Panquakes in the Season 3 PUDL Grand Finals. We are down to the final two teams. I don't know how I got here, if I'm completely honest. This is my first season that I've ever played Pokemon Draft League. I've watched a lot of Pokemon Draft League over the years, and I've done a lot of battling over the course of that time, but this being my first experience, it's been nothing but a joy. Obviously, I joined after week 3, so I didn't fully draft the team. I basically had 3 Pokemon already on it that were there, and then, pieced together a lot of pieces. But somehow we took that roster that we, kind of mishmashed together. It ended up being a pretty darn good roster, I think, and we are here in the grand finals. So we have one battle remaining no matter what. Win or lose, it does not matter. This is the last fight of Season 3 of PUDL. So for everybody who's followed along up to this point, thank you so much for watching. But we've got a battle to do today, and it is going to be a tough one, if I am honest. Darude's team is really, really scary, and not only is his team scary, but he is a terrific player. This is his 3rd straight finals in PUDL Master Ball Division, which means for all seasons that it has existed, he has been in the finals. In the Season 1 and 2, he lost in the finals over Finley. He beat Finley this last week, and now he is here. So he wants this bad. I know I am going to get his best chance or best effort, and it's going to be hard to beat him, especially because I think he is really good friends with Finley. So the top 2 players in this league are probably going to be collaborating and working together this week. So I am up against it. That being said, though, we're going to try and cook. We're going to try and have some fun, and we're going to try and win, and we'll see how it goes. So taking a look at the roster. First of all, obviously, to break down my team, I have a couple of different obvious angles that I can go on a weekly basis. I have my Psychic Terrain play with Indeedee, with the Iron Crown, and even so much the Hawlucha if I want to run Psychic Seed. I also have a very clear Rain angle with Pelipper, Golduck, Greninja, and Archaludon. The thing about this matchup against Darude and the San Jose Panquakes is that he has some things that actually want to be in those situations with me. It's like that meme where it's like, not that I'm stuck in here with you, you're actually stuck in here with me. That's kind of the situation with a couple of these. For the Rain, Iron Bundle is absolutely fantastic in the Rain. Not only is his Hydro Pump better in the Rain, but it gets access to the move Freeze Dry, which is a very unique ice type attack. Normally, water Pokemon resist ice. However, Freeze Dry is super effective into water Pokemon, so Iron Bundle is not only a really good water Pokemon in the Rain, but it also crushes other water Pokemon in the Rain. Paired with the fact that it is 136 base speed and can have access to the item Booster Energy to boost its speed even further, this thing kind of counters a lot of the things that I want to do in the Rain. It is so fast with Booster Energy that it's faster than a timid max speed Golduck in the Rain, which is just incredibly fast. So that is a bit of a problem that I have to look out for. Also, alongside the fact that they have Zapdos on the other side. If I do set up Rain, this thing could be a really good Choice Scarf or Choice Specs user into my team, and could even put the move Thunder on there because Thunder is 100% accurate in the Rain. And I have said before, I don't have a ground type on my team. So those are 2 mons that are really, really scary in the Rain. And not only that, but the thing is, if I want to set up Psychic Terrain, the one Pokemon that I really want to stop the priority moves on the other side for is the Bisharp, who has Sucker Punch. Problem is, Bisharp is a Dark type, and Darks kind of crush the Psychic Pokemon. So the Pokemon that I would want to run on Psychic Terrain, such as the Iron Crown, Bisharp can potentially do really well into there. So a couple of my main win cons have some roadblocks coming into this week, so those are things that I definitely need to look out for. Especially, I didn't even mention the Necrozma, who is a really scary legendary Pokemon, Psychic type Pokemon, so he gets even better into Psychic Terrain. So yeah, alongside the Rabska as well, he has so many threats that can fit into those things that I want to do. So ultimately this week, I am thinking outside the box here. Ultimately, I said, you know what? I'm facing off against one of, if not the best player in the league, who probably is going to get some help from one of, if not the best player in the league. They're going to think of everything, right? And in order to beat that, I got to think outside the box. I got to go away from what I normally do. I'm going to try and do some weird stuff this week. And the other reason that I want to do this is because ultimately I am here to have fun. Obviously, I want to win really, really badly, but I want to cook up some weird sets as much as I possibly can. and we're going to check out my team this week and see if I can potentially win with it. So kicking off this week, we have our designated lead, which is Sand Rooster, aka Hawlucha, and I have never led this Pokemon before a single time, and I'm hoping that this lead works out for me. I am running the item Focus Sash, and Focus Sash is often a better item when you use it on the lead Pokemon because it's basically guaranteed to be useful. Focus Sash is an item that allows you to live with 1 HP if you would have been one hit KO'd. Essentially, with this set, there are a couple of things that I am trying to do. So before I get into the moves, let's go over the speed investment. First of all, we're trying to get just basically as fast as humanly possible. This thing has 118 base speed, where his Iron Valiant has 116, so realistically, we pretty much have to run max speed in order to outspeed it anyway. I technically could drop this 1 point if I want, but just in case that he's trying to speed creep this Hawlucha by 1 point, I would rather just have it be the max speed. The HP investment is 140. This is very specific because there's only one move on his team that I'm afraid of that could potentially one-hit KO me, even with the Focus Sash, and that is Garchomp's Scale Shot. And the reason for that is Scale Shot is a multi-hit attack. It's not just a one-hit attack, and if it's a multi-hit, it ignores the Focus Sash. Most likely, without any HP investment, I would probably live it anyway, but Scale Shot is one of those things that can hit anywhere between 2 and 5 times, and if we happen to get unlucky and get hit all 5 times, without this HP investment, we could die. The other chance is each individual hit has a chance to crit, so if we get hit 4 times and get crit, without this HP investment, we would die. However, with this amount of bulk, we should be good to go and safe into the Garchomp regardless. That being said, we also have a 116 attack investment. This is just for a little bit of extra punch, but you're going to notice with the moves we are running, we're really not even here to hit somebody with our actual physical attack stat very often. Now, the moves we are running, first of all, we are running the move Endeavor. This is a really great pairing with the item Focus Sash. Endeavor makes it so that you deal damage to basically put the opposing Pokemon at your current HP. So if we get hit, let's say he leads off with an Iron Bundle who is faster than us and can one-hit KO us with a Freeze Dry or an Ice Beam. He will hit us super effectively. We will live because of our Focus Sash and then be 1 HP. If I click the move Endeavor, I will attack that Iron Bundle, and no matter what, he will end up at 1 HP. So it is guaranteed, basically putting any Pokemon down to 1 HP if we get knocked down to that Focus Sash first. It's also really paired well with the Hawlucha because of the Unburden ability. If we proc that Focus Sash, we hit Endeavor, we can now kill somebody with Reversal on the next turn and then Endeavor a second time potentially. So I'm hoping that this works out. Honestly, this set is high risk, high reward because if he doesn't actually proc the Focus Sash, it doesn't get a whole lot of value because we'll never get that Unburden, but we'll see how it goes. The other move here is Upper Hand. Now this is a really weird one. The only reason you ever use Upper Hand, it's basically to deny a priority move on the other side. Upper Hand only works and only does damage if the opposing Pokemon clicks a priority move. Now he has a couple on the other side that he could go for. He could go for Vacuum Wave with his Iron Valiant. He could go with Sucker Punch with his Bisharp. Especially if he goes Bisharp, Upper Hand would do a ton of damage to it if he doesn't Terra it because it is 4 times effective against that thing. So ultimately, I'm thinking of a situation, if we do manage to get this Focus Sash off correctly, we're down to 1 HP, somebody goes for a priority attack to just knock us out real quick, we are going to Upper Hand that. Not only does it do a lot of damage, but it actually causes the opposing Pokemon to guaranteed flinch, which means it loses its turn. The last ability though, the last move that we are running is a weird one, and you wouldn't expect to see it because we normally are a rain team, but we are running the move Sunny Day. Now the reason for running Sunny Day this week and to potentially set up the sun is to essentially neuter the Iron Bundle on the other side. Bundle, frankly, is the scariest Pokemon on his team for my team. It is so ridiculously strong. It is faster than everything. I do not want to see that thing no matter what. But if I do see it and put up Sunny Day, this puts it in a situation where its Hydro Pump is way weaker than it normally would be. Along with that, we are bringing Turambar, our Cerulege, who can really thrive in the sun. Now, normally I'm bringing Rain, and Turambar is my lead before I set up the Rain because it's so weak in the Rain. But if I set up Sun, this thing could potentially go crazy. Now, this Pokemon is a tricky one this week, frankly, because he has a lot of offensive threats who can potentially do a lot of damage to Turambar and are faster than our Turambar. However, this thing can be scary as hell offensively if it's given the right opportunity. Now, this is a set that is similar to something that I've ran before. It is weak armor, weakness policy. I've ran this maybe 3-4 times, including this time throughout the season, but it's just such a strong set. The item synergizes with its abilities so ridiculously well. We're giving it 252 HP investment, 200 into special defense, and 56 into speed. This is essentially just to make it really specially bulky. This is one of my special attacker switch-ins, especially if we're able to get the sun up. We can actually somewhat safely take a hit from the iron bundle from this guy. Realistically, we probably can't take two, so it's not the person we want to switch into. But for the main point, this thing is here to counter the Iron Valiant. Iron Valiant really shouldn't be able to do that much damage to us. The only move that it probably goes for that does a lot of work is something like Knockoff. I think it does technically get Shadow Ball, but if it gets Shadow Ball, we are not going to take a whole lot of damage from that. We'll get the weakness policy procced, and we should be cooking from there. In terms of items, we're running Bitterblade and Poltergeist. These are pretty much weekly appearances for this Pokemon here. We're also running Endure to help us confirm that weakness policy going off, especially if he brings something in like a Garchomp who wants to hit us super effectively. Endure will allow us to hit, or to live with one hit, get that weakness policy, and then potentially hit really hard the next turn. We're also bringing Sunny Day. So we have two different Sunny Day users, and essentially my plan this week is actually not to set up the rain, it's actually to set up the sun. And now I know this might seem counterintuitive because I have water Pokemon on my team, but you're going to see I'm not bringing a lot of those water Pokemon. I am, however, bringing one water Pokemon though, and that is MVRK, aka Maverick, our Greninja. And now the thing about Greninja is that he may be a water type Pokemon, but I'm not running water moves on this guy. I am running 4 different ones. I have Ice Beam so that I can one-shot the Garchomp. I have Extra Sensory to hit the Quillfish on the other side super effectively. I have Dark Pulse here because it is a stab attack that's really strong in general and very good into the Necrozma. And I have Weather Ball. If I set up the sun, the Weather Ball actually cooks into the team that Darude is bringing. His entire team, he only has 2 resistances to the fire type, and with it being in the sun and the Battle Bond ability, if we get 1 KO, we are now going to outspeed basically anything but a Booster Energy Iron Bundle, where we get +1 special attack, and we can very legitimately sweep if we get the right Pokemon chip down. So ultimately, my strategy this week, I am hoping that Maverick or Greninja can be the win con. If I can chip down a lot of Pokemon on the other team, Greninja can potentially just go crazy from there. We have 252 into special attack, 208 into speed with a timid nature, making us just fast enough to outspeed the Iron Valiant on the other side. Again, we can't outspeed Iron Bundle, unfortunately. And 48 into HP, just making us slightly more bulky. Next Pokemon I'm bringing, though, is the Indeedee. This is such a weird situation because even though I do think he has a lot of threats for the Indeedee, I think Psychic Terrain might be something that can work for me, or at least be valuable, because of those priority attacks that he does have, especially the Bisharp having the Sucker Punch. If I can get a situation where I can set up the sun with either my Cerulege or my Hawlucha, I can switch in Indeedee to get the Psychic Terrain up, which will block those priority attacks. And then I'm running the item eject button. So essentially my strategy is, if later in the fight, hopefully not early, but later in the fight, I can find a situation where I have some things chipped down, I get the sun up, I switch into Indeedee to take a hit from something, eject button will switch Indeedee out safely into my Greninja, who can then basically carry and take the fight over from there. That's overall one of my big win cons this week. Honestly, it is a tough matchup. This is a really tough matchup. He has some really fast mons, he has some really bulky mons, and things that are very good into my team. I'm thinking outside the box, but I'm hoping that this can work for me. I've got 80 into HP, 176 into special attack, and 252 into speed, boosted speed. Now, I'm making this thing really fast for one specific reason. With the item eject button, I don't want to be slow, because if I am bringing Indeedee in on a fresh turn, rather than on a switch in like I just talked about before, I would rather have her be able to attack first, hit something for a chunk of damage, then get hit by the eject button and switch into something I don't want to get hit by the eject button first, and then basically it's like I never got a turn. So that is overall the thought process there. A little bit of bulk to hopefully help survive a hit. I shouldn't be able to be one-shot by almost anything unless it is boosted. And for the moves, we are running Hyper Voice and Psychic. These are two attacks that go pretty strong into his team in general. Baton Pass is here, especially for those situations where I'm not sure I'm going to get eject buttoned out if I want to just Baton Pass into something else, or maybe I've already used the item. And overall, I am using Trick Room because I have a Pokemon coming up that could do pretty well into it. But before we get into that Pokemon, we want to talk about our Psychic Terrain Abuser, and that is Meraxis, the Iron Crown. Now, this last week, we ran a interesting weakness policy set on it that I unfortunately never got to use. We're not running that this week, but we are running a different set we haven't done yet. We are running 252 into special attack with a Timid Nature, putting it at 308 speed, 64 into HP. Now, this speed investment is so that it is fast enough that after agility, it will outspeed a Booster Energy Iron Bundle, which is essentially the fastest thing that Darude can bring this week. For the item, we are running the Psychic Seed, which means after we switch in on the Psychic Terrain, we will get a +1 boost to our special defense. And that is something to note because of these sets we're running with the moves that we are running. This week, we are running the move Stored Power instead of Expanding Force. Now, overall, I think there's a decent chance that my Psychic Terrain could expire before I actually want it to. I'm not running the Terrain Extender item this week, which means Expanding Force doesn't get that extra boost if the Psychic Terrain goes away early. And essentially what I'm trying to do with this set is set up once I safely get my Iron Crown in. Stored Power, the way that this move works is instead of something like Psychic, which is just 90 base power flatly, Stored Power is only 20 base power, which is super weak naturally. However, Stored Power takes into account every single stage boost that you have on any stat, and then the amount of power goes up by 20 for every single stat boost. Now, note the Psychic Seed, so when we switch in, that is one stat boost up. So now Stored Power is only 40. I understand that is not a lot, however, we are running both Iron Defense and Agility. Agility is here to make us faster than anything humanly possible on the other side. Iron Defense is here to make us live any physical hit that comes from the other side. And if we're in a situation where we can click one or both of these stat boosts in one single turn, our Stored Power is now up to 80 base power. And naturally, we're pretty much going to boost one of these no matter what every time we come in. So it's not really a bad thing to not go in something like Psychic instead of Stored Power. And if we get 2 turns, this is now a 120 base power move no matter what. If we get into something where we can freely just set up with another Iron Defense, now all of a sudden the game is just over. But for the attacks, we have Stored Power and Tachyon Cutter. Between these two moves, it hits his team pretty darn well. It covers almost every single Pokemon. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. This is not my main win condition, but this is an alternate one if I see an opportunity, and it might be something that he has to hopefully devote some resources to get rid of so that my Greninja or Maverick later can clean up the game. But my third Pokemon this week that I am hoping to put in some work with and potentially be another win con here is my Terra Captain, who's been doing work for me in the playoffs. We left him on the bench last week, but we are bringing him here for the final week. And this is a set that I have not run a single time this season. I did run a Rest Chestoberry set, but this set is different, and I'm going to get into it. So first of all, we're running 252 into the attack with a Brave Nature. This maxes out our attack as high as it can possibly go, and it makes our speed as low as it can possibly go because of the Trick Room that we have on Indeedee. If we ever set up Trick Room and put this thing in, it will basically outspeed anything on his team. It's also possible that he brings the Rabska, who also can set Trick Room, so if he sets up Trick Room, I'm just going to switch this thing in and beat whatever the hell is in there. I have 4 investment into special defense, which is pretty negligible. And in terms of the item, we are running Clear Amulet. Now, the reason for running Clear Amulet is I do think there is a chance that he brings the Quillfish on the other side. If he does bring Quillfish, it has the ability Intimidate, which lowers my attack stat by 1 stage. I really don't want that to happen. I'm hoping that he does bring the Quillfish. I'm going to set this thing up. He's going to switch it in as a counter. But shocker, the attack stage actually doesn't go down, and now I'm in a really good position. We're going Terra Fairy this week. We have not done Terra Fairy a single time all season. I think Terra Fairy is really strong into his team because in general, almost nothing resists it. And it's to a situation where, because it's so pretty much never resisted by anything other than the Quillfish, I don't really need other attacks. I really only need this Terraplast. And one set that can be good on a really bulky, slow Pokemon like this is called a Curse Rest Talk set. Now, essentially what this is my only attack is Terra Blast, which is going to be Terra Fairy after I Terra it. It has Curse, which lowers our speed, which doesn't really matter unless we're in Trick Room. It's a beneficial, but it doesn't matter that we're slower because we're slower than anything anyway. But we get a +1 boost to attack and physical defense, which can make us really, really hard to get rid of, but for anything physical on the other side. We have the move Rest, which will put us to sleep for exactly 2 turns. It will put our HP bar all the way up to full and get rid of any status conditions. Now, the other benefit to having something like Rest here is if he does try to do a Thunder Wave or a Burn or something like that for me, one of those statuses, Rest can just get rid of that, and it's very, very strong. For the last move, though, we are running the move Sleep Talk. Now, Sleep Talk is a little bit of a weird one. I'm going to be honest. It's really strong, but it's a little bit of RNG dependent. Essentially, what Sleep Talk does is you can only use the move while you are sleeping, and basically it picks one of the 3 other moves that you have at random. So when you are asleep and I click Sleep Talk, it's either going to click Terra Blast, Curse, or Rest, which means while I'm asleep, normally you can't do shit while you're asleep. 66% of the time, it's going to click a move that I'm probably going to want to use. It's either going to boost my stats or it's going to click Terra Blast and do damage. So this might seem like a weird set to people who don't play Pokemon, but this is actually a used set on Glastrier. I haven't used it all season, and honestly, this felt like a pretty good opportunity to do so. So overall, the roster I feel like is really weird this week. I'm going to be honest, you guys. I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning, and I don't know. It's going to be an interesting battle. It's going to be interesting. So, best of luck to Darude. I can't wait to get into the grand finals. It's kind of surreal to me that we are here. Win or lose, I'm pretty happy with how I did this season, but man, winning would be really, really awesome. So without further ado, guys, let's jump into the battle. All right, guys, we are loading into the battle right now against Darude and the San Jose Panquakes. This is the grand finals. Oh man, this is going to be a tough one. I know Darude is an amazing player. I'm curious to see what he brought. That is mostly what I expected, if I'm honest. I thought there was a chance he would bring the Quillfish, and I was kind of hoping to see the Quillfish. Unfortunately, I think he brought the exact 6 Pokemon that are the right picks into me. His team is pretty top-heavy, but those are the right calls. I'm going to write these down just so I don't forget who's on the team. The other issue with his team is, like, any of these Pokemon can be a decent lead. Like, he's got multiple hazard setters. Zapdos can just Volt Switch. He probably doesn't lead Valiant. I think any other Pokemon is probably a decent lead. I think I'm just going to lead Sandrooster, though. He was my design lead. I'm hoping to see either the Zapdos or the Bundle, because if he does, I'm hoping they just attack and don't think too hard about it, one-shot me, and then I can just Endeavor or Reversal. Endeavor the Zapdos or Reversal the Bundle. All right, so ready, locked in here. Good luck to Darude. Good luck to Darude, man. I know this is his 3rd time in the finals, so I know he's going to want this bad. I just hope it's a good match. Honestly, that's all I'm hoping for. That's not true. I want to win, but I have a Discord message. Hold on. Oh my god. He accidentally only brought 3 Pokemon, so yeah, obviously I'm not going to beat him 6v3. We're going to redo this. I'm obviously not going to let him obviously not going to let him battle me 3v6. Yeah, there's 3 Pokemon on the other side. All right, this is so funny. I did this earlier in the season. Barely he did it this time. What does he lead, though? We're going to do the same leads. So he goes Bundle. Okay, this is actually kind of what I wanted. All right, so we're going to redo this. All right, so reloading in here. So he sends out Courtney. That is the Iron Bundle. We have Hot Lucha. Okay, now I have a decision to make because he's either going to click one of 2 moves. He's either going to go for, well, one of 3 moves, I guess. He could go for an Ice type attack. He could go for Ice Beam or Freeze Dry, or he could Flip Turn. My gut tells me that he's going to think this is weird that I'm leading Hot Lucha and he's going to Ice Attack, but I don't think I can pass up the opportunity to Reversal here. Because Iron Bundle, which he is not Booster Energy, Reversal here would kill him if we're at 1 HP, because Reversal does more damage the lower HP we are. It's like a 200 base bar attack. We just one-hit him with Reversal if he kills us, or if he hits us with Ice Beam or Freeze Dry. All right, I'm just going to Reversal here. I think the upside is too high. Yeah, I'm going to Reversal. I need to make my decision quicker here. He does Flip Turn. Damn it. That's the right play by him. Damn. Dude, honestly, Reversal here would have been so big. I literally would have just one-shot the Iron Bundle, and this game would be not free, but it would be really way easier without that Iron Bundle here, because Greninja would outspeed everything, assuming it's not Booster Valiant, which we'll see. So he goes Zelina. I think that's his Zapdos. Yeah. I've watched all of Darude's videos, and he goes pressure, so he's not static, which is nice. Because that tells me I can't get paralyzed by hitting him, but reversal obviously does nothing because we're high on HP. That was a crit. That's so funny. We're high on HP, and this thing resists. So what do I want to do now? I need to switch, obviously, because this thing can one-shot us, and we don't have Focus Sash. I should have ran Endure this week. That was really silly. I shouldn't have even ran Upper Hand and messed with that. I should have ran Endure, because now if I could have done that and endeavored. I think I go Glass Rear here. He shouldn't do that much damage to me. It should be like 25-ish%, I think. It should be like 25-ish% if it hits me like a Volt Switch or something. If he goes for a Para, I can rest it off. So honestly, like best case scenario is he just goes for a Thunder Wave, predicting my switch. He probably goes for Volt Switch, but we should only, like I said, we should only take like 25%, I think. So we should be good here. I don't want to go to this thing this early, but he does go for Volt Switch. Is that a crit? No, it's not. That thing's got to be Specs, right? Hold up. Did I calc this wrong? I did not calc this wrong. That thing's got to be Choice Specs. That's good to know. So whatever it goes for, it's locked into, which we can use later. But that is a lot of damage now. This is Iron Valiant, and this sucks that he's Specs because now we might be in range to be one-shot by this thing. Oh, this is rough. Man, if he was anything other than Specs, we would be in a really decent spot right here because we could just click rest and we're totally fine. I need to calc a Moonblast. So I don't know what set this thing is. This thing could be Choice Specs. It's not Booster Energy, which is good to know. The problem with this guy too is he could be physical or special. We don't live a Choice Specs Moonblast most likely, or at least it's a roll. So I think we have to go Turambar here. I didn't want to do this early, but this is kind of my answer to this thing. And if he goes for a fighting type attack, which he very well could because we're ice type, then we take no damage. So I'm hoping it's just a close combat or an Aura Sphere or something. That would be best case scenario. Let's go. Close combat. Okay, so we safely switch, so that's really good for us. And now I'm curious to see if this thing stays in. Its 2 stabs don't really do much to us. I think we just get a free Sunny Day here. I think the worst it could do to us is either a Shadow Ball or a knockoff, which worst case scenario, I mean, the Shadow Ball would be bad, but the fact that he's close combat tells me he's probably physical set, which means knockoff is more likely. And if he does that, we're going to get Weakness Policy, Weak Armor, and we're ready to do a lot of damage. So if he goes for a knockoff, we just one-hit kill this thing. He does go for it, dude. Let's go. This is why I love Weakness Policy, Ceruledge. Oh, man. We've seen this story before. I don't think we can sweep, though, is the problem, because he does have the Bisharp on the other side who can just Sucker Punch us for a kill, but we should be able to kill on this next turn, and we have Sun Up, which is really good, because we should be able to Bitter Blade. He probably goes Ceruledge to Sucker Punch kill, and then we just go Greninja next turn. So now I just Bitter Blade here for free. He doesn't really have anything to switch in on this. Like, nothing wants to take a +2 Bitter Blade. So I think he just has to, like, unless he sacks something else, like, he's going to lose a Pokemon, I would think. What does he go for? So he stays in. So this thing should be dead. Oh, it's Focus Sash. Damn it. That makes sense. Yeah. Guys, this is why he's made 3 straight finals. He's prepped for this. Oh, damn. Well played. Now knockoff should kill, I think. We're like 228. It has no item, but it's -1 defense, yeah. Oh, damn. That sucks. Honestly, this might not be that bad, actually, because can I go Maverick here? Is it too early to go for a Battle Bond play? And does this thing have Vacuum Wave? He's shown us close combat and knockoff. Tells me he's a physical set. He probably doesn't have Vacuum Wave, which means we outspeed. We would kill with a Weather Ball. I think we just go Maverick here. I know it's risky that he could Vacuum Wave here, but honestly, like, what else do I go into? The only thing that outspeeds is Sand Rooster, which I could go for right now, I guess, but I don't have anything else to do. If he switches in something else to Sand Rooster, I don't do anything. I know it's early, but I think I just pressure with the Greninja. I think I pressure with Maverick here. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. So I think I just click Weather Ball here for free. In the sun, it should do a lot of damage to anything, because he only has one fire type resist on the team, and that's Garchomp, and even Garchomp will take a decent chunk from this. If he switches in Garchomp, we can kill it for free with an Ice Beam. So he switches, so we do not get the Battle Bond. So he goes, dude, that's the Valiant, or the bundle. Oh my god, this is so good. There's no way this thing is Sash 2, right? I think we just kill. Whoa, wait, that was a... I'm so confused. Is this thing AV? Is this... That was a crit and only did that much. Maybe I was calculating a +1 earlier. Okay, well, I'm still really happy with that amount of damage. Honestly, shoot. What do I want to go? I don't think I can go Ram 9 here. I don't think I can go Ram 9 here because I get 2-shot by this thing now. No, in the sun? In the sun, do I get 2-shot here? I should have checked how many sun turns are left. I actually don't know. It probably goes for freeze dry, right? It's going to either freeze dry or flip turn. It's not going to go for hydro pump. I think I go Ram 9 here. Yeah, I think I have to. So we switch out the Greninja. So he stays in because we switch out first. So he attacked. Show me the freeze dry. Flip turn. Okay, that's fine. Oh, we take nothing from that. This is good. And now if he brings in the Iron Valiant again, we just click Terra Fairy because now we know what kind of set it is, so it shouldn't have Moonblast. It should just go for probably a close combat again, and we didn't Terra last time, so he probably doesn't expect the Terra Fairy because he probably thinks we would have just clicked it last time. So he does bring out the Iron Valiant. So now, the question is, as much as I want to click Terra Blast for a kill, I don't think we can afford it because we're going to be slower than everything. And I don't think we'll have a situation to just click Rest because something else will come in and kill. Because this thing's going to do damage to us, so I think we have to Terra Fairy and click Rest right here. We're going to take a chunk. He's probably going to close combat again. But I think Rest is to play here because we have a fully healthy Glastrier then, and then we have Sleep Talk for setup. And I don't think this thing has anything that it can do to us if it is a physical set and based on the moves I've seen. So he stays in. So unless he is a mixed set and he has Moonblast, we should be good here. But I can't imagine he would do that because he needs the speed to outspeed like Hawlucha and stuff like that. And he's not booster energy, so I don't think he can be mixed. Yeah, close combat, let's go. We eat that. It actually did a decent amount. 90 damage though. So we soak this. It's going to lose a defense stage on both. Now we rest to full. And then we just click Sleep Talk. And we hope we don't click Rest again, but if it does... We're in a good spot here because we are max HP. I don't think this thing can hurt us. So the sun is gone now. Okay, he's either going to switch or... he's either going to switch or... I think he has to switch, right? What is he going to go for? We click Sleep Talk and we just hope to not see Rest. Oh my god. It has Destiny Bond. Wait. No, we do need to see... Oh, please, dear God, don't click Terra Blast. Please don't choose Terra Blast. Oh my god. If this chooses Terra Blast, we're gonna die. Oh my god. Glastrier, you sweet, lovely horse. Okay, so... Oh my god. Destiny Bond, if you use it and then the opposing Pokemon kills you in the same turn, it dies with you. So if it randomly took Terra Blast, we would have just died. Oh my god. I just click Curse here instead of Sleep Talk because I'm not going to let the RNG decide whether I die to this Destiny Bond if it goes forward again. So I'm just going to click Curse. This is a wasted turn for me, but it's my second turn of sleep. This thing can't hurt us. There's no way. It's got Close Combat, Knock Off, Destiny Bond. I don't know what the fourth move is, but it's clearly not something it can do damage to us with, I don't think. So he swaps, which means this is our second turn of sleep. So the next turn that Glastrier is out, we get to act again, free of sleep, no matter what. The Bisharp, though, we live in Ironhead at base, I think. So we should live in Ironhead at base. I'm just thinking about if I want to switch into the Sand Rooster here. Could be a decent play. I could go into him and he probably swaps out, although he could be Terra Fairy, to be fair. So here's what I'm thinking. I think we live in Ironhead, but it's not worth finding out. Because we don't kill this thing in one hit, not even close. I think we go numero 80 here because we have a eject button. And essentially, we can swap in. If it hits us, we live the hit. We swap out into whoever we need. Something like the Miraxis or whatever. Or Sand Rooster, Greninja, whatever we want. And we set up Psychic Terrain. I don't want this thing to be able to freely Sucker Punch and kill stuff. So Psychic Terrain is going to be nice here. I don't think it can one-hit with an Iron Head anyway. There's no way it can one-shot us with an Iron Head. So he Terras. This has got to be Terra Fairy, I would think. Could be Terra... No, it wouldn't be Terra Flying. He wouldn't do that in front of a Glastrier. It would be Terra Fairies. Okay. So now this is really good for us. I really pray he Iron Heads here. If he does, we're going to get a free switch into Iron Crown who can just Tachyon Cutter. Now he goes for SD. That's a problem because now he threatens pretty much everything. +2, he definitely kills with a dark type attack. But I think I just have to hit this thing because there's nothing else I really want to go for. And if he Terra Fairy Ferroblast, my Sand Rooster will die. Don't really want to lose that thing right now. I mean, it might be worth sacking. I don't know. I think it's better just to stay in with Numero because we should outspeed. Nothing else can take this hit. I think we just Psychic for chip. It's not a lot of damage. This thing's Eviolite probably, though. Parablast, this should knock us out, I think, at +2. Yeah, 1-hit KO. Oh, man. This is tough. So, we're down 6-4, but we have Mons chipped. We have Mons chipped, which is good. That's really all we need. We need to keep chipping Mons down so that Maverick can clean up in the late game. The only problem now is that I lose my Psychic Terrain, which means if this thing stays alive, it can Sucker Punch our Greninja later. So now I think I have to go Miraxis here because Tachyon Cutter kills. I don't think there's anything else that I can switch in that is a guaranteed one-hit KO. Yeah, at this range, there's nothing that's a guaranteed one-hit KO. Even the extra sensory on Maverick, without being +1, there's nothing he can do that one-hit KO, so I need to Tachyon Cutter with Miraxis. He's probably going to swap out into... Who's he swap in for Tachyon? Probably Zapdos. I think he's the only one that really takes that well, but I have to just Tachyon Cutter here. I want to get greedy and play pick Agility, because I don't think there's any world he stays in, but... I'm just going to Tachyon Cutter because the risk of this, if he doesn't swap and I go for Agility, is he just one-shots us with like Throat Chop or Knockoff or whatever it gets. I pray that he stays in. If he does, this is a massive threat that goes down, but I think he probably switches into Zapdos. But again, it's like I feel like I can't make that read right now because the risk is way too great. It's literally game losing if I get that call wrong. Like if I get the call wrong this way, it's still playable. If I get the call wrong where he stays in and kills this thing, I think it's just game over. Oh man, this is gonna be a tough one. We're down 2 Mons, but Iron Valiant is at 1 HP. Iron Bundle is really chunked, like he's really low. He does switch. Okay, this thing has some chip. We can still win this thing. We gotta play right. This guy keeps making the perfect play though. He does switch into Zapdos, which again, it's like, this is the second time this game I've made the call right about what he's doing and haven't made the play off of that, but I felt like either the reward or the risk was too great to not make the decision. So now here, this thing can't one-shot us, even though it is specs and we could take a good chunk. I think we just Agility, because if it Volt switches, which it does, we actually ate that pretty decently. So now we get Agility. We're going to be faster than anything. So I'm praying that he just brings Iron Bundle in here, thinking that he's faster. No, he wouldn't do that. Right? Because he would have assumed Zapdos' base speed is higher than ours. He wouldn't do that. He's going to bring in something bulkier. This is probably Garchomp. The Garchomp? Probably Chomp. I don't know what else he would bring in. Yeah, because Iron Bundle would die, Valiant would die, Bisharp would die, Necrozma would take a really good chunk. And I don't think Necrozma can really hurt this thing. I think it does get Earth Power, actually. So we get the Agility. Now, this is a problem, though. I need to calc if we live... Okay, so this is the last turn of Psychic Terrain, which means this is the last turn of no priority, and also our stored power does more damage. Our stored power is 80 base right now. It's basically like 120 on Psychic. All right, so unless this guy's Choice Banded, we should live a +2 defense Earthquake. That doesn't really do anything for us. Shit, I'm running out of time. That doesn't do anything for us. I need to switch. I'm running out of time. I need to go to Sand Rooster. Please tell me that. I clicked swap. Oh my gosh. This is the second time this season I've done this. I clicked swap in and it didn't go off. Yeah, we just died to Earthquake. That sucks. Stored power does a chunk here, but we lose the Iron Crown. And he clicked Earthquake, which means Sand Rooster was the correct play. We made the correct play. I just didn't do it in time. This is still, crazily enough, I think this is still winnable. Do I go Maverick here with Ice Beam? Who does he switch into if I do that? I don't... Here's the thing. If I go Maverick and click Ice Beam, I could kill this thing, but it doesn't matter because I don't want to get my battle bond off without the sun. I need that to sweep. So getting the kill on Garchomp doesn't do anything for me because Greninja has to be the sweep. He has to be the win here. He's the only one that can actually just like run through the team. We've got a ton of mons chunked, like a ton. Necrozma's like the only one healthy. I have to go Sandrooster here. I have to go Sandrooster. So now we're gonna outspeed. I think we just click Sunny Day. And if this thing kills us, then we have our Greninja that comes in and sweeps. I actually kind of want this thing to kill us, I think. I think that's actually best case scenario. I think we click Sunny Day and this thing kills us with like a scale shot. That would be literal dream scenario. Because then Greninja can come in for free with like 5 turns of Sun. Or 4 or whatever. And then have the Battle Bond, have Weather Ball. There's nothing on his team that lives 2 hits. Which means we're guaranteed to get the Battle Bond proc. So Sunny Day goes off. He stays in. Please tell me he kills us. Thunderfang, that has to kill, right? Oh man, I'm regretting the bulk that I put into this thing. I shouldn't have put any bulk into this thing. I'm gonna reversal. This should kill now. We should get a kill. But I can't switch into Greninja because he can't take damage. Damn it. I wanted that to kill. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing because reversal should kill this thing from here now. And I could endeavor something else to get it chunked or potential revert. Hold up, this might be good. This might be fine. Because we're going to outspeed everything but Iron Bundle. Maybe this is good to keep Sandrooster around. He might actually be able to put in some work with Reversal and Endeavor. If I could kill here and he brings Zapdos in and I'm able to Endeavor, I could do so much damage. I think I can legitimately win if that happens. Equals Endure? Why? Oh, that sucks. That burns a turn of my Sun. We get a crit. Not that the crit mattered, I don't think. So Rough Skin, we get chunked even harder, which is good because now we're lower HP. This thing's got to be Custap Berry. This thing's got to be Custap Berry. Why else would he have Endure on this thing? So Custap Berry is essentially a berry when you're below 25% HP. It makes you act first on the next turn. I need one of 2 things to happen. I either need him to kill me so I can bring Greninja in safely, or I need to Endeavor something huge, so this is the play. I pray that he switches into Zapdos or something here, predicting a reversal, and I Endeavor it. This would literally be, like, game-changing if I could do that. Or Necrozma. He goes Necrozma. Oh my god, he switches. Dude, this could be like a game-winning play. Please tell me. I think Jeanette is Valiant. Oh, that's brutal. He's got to be Custap Berry. He's saving the berry for later, and now he just burned another turn of Sun. Oh, man. And now I reversal, I think, because I just kill this thing. 2 turns of Sun. Damn it. Dude, if he switched into like Zapdos there... that Endeavor could have been huge. I think we reversal. If he switches into Garchomp, Rough Skin will kill us. He doesn't switch. So we get a kill. And this thing obviously isn't Rocky Helmet, so it's fine. But he probably just goes Bundle here because he's now going to outspeed. He kills us, I think, even with a flip turn. So he doesn't even need to freeze dry, I don't think. We finally get a kill on the board. This game feels way closer than the score says, though, right now. So he goes Bundle. Man, I wish I had like an actual priority attack, but this thing doesn't get any. We just have upper hand for priority moves from them. How do I win this? How do I come back here? I need to somehow get the Sun up, but I don't think I can possibly do that. This is the last turn of Sun. And I can't switch into Ram 9. Safely? Can I? I don't think so. I'm going to have to do it without the Sun. I still... Hold up. I have Ice Beam... I might be able to do it without the Sun. I don't know if I need the Sun anymore. I have so many Mons low. The only Mon that is healthy... Well, actually, Zapdos is fairly healthy. But Ice Beam should do work under that. I think I just... Yeah, I'm just going to attack. This thing's going to die. It's fine. I think this is the only play to make. So he's going to go Freeze Dry. We lose Rooster here. Now I'm really regretting... Oh, shoot. With the Sun up... Wait, what? I could have went Ram 9 there, I think. That might have been a throw. Not a throw, but that was probably a misplay. I think I could have went Ram 9 here, because with the Sun up, we're going to wake up this turn because we already had 2 turns of sleep. So I'm just going to Terra Blast and hopefully kill this thing. Something is going to take a good chunk of damage, I would think. Does he want... Now, the question is, does he want to sack something? He flip turns, which is fine. Maybe I should have went for a Curse. Maybe a Curse would have been better. just to get the boost. PUDL, that is new, so that's got to be... That's Necrozma. I've never faced a Necrozma before. I kind of know what they do. How much damage does this do? Man, that is not nearly as much as I'd like to see. I think we go... Do I Curse or Terra Blast here? I think I just Terra Blast here, because I don't know how much damage this thing's going to do. If this thing's like Specs or something and two-shots me, then I'm not going to get any damage off with Curse. I think it's more important that I just chunk everything, because then Greninja can sweep. If I get this thing low from a Terra Blast, everything is like within range of Greninja, and he can literally just go crazy. It's just that Bisharp with Sucker Punch in the back is like the one thing that could be a problem for him, but... Morning Sun. This thing gets recovery. Is that a problem? Yeah, that's a problem. That's gonna be hard. So now I'm gonna have to go for a Curse, I think. It was about the same, so we rolled about the same. Now I got a Curse because I need the attack boost to be able to break through. He goes for Photon Geyser. That does a good chunk, but it doesn't two-hit KO us, which is huge. So we need to get lucky with our Sleep Talks. If we get lucky, I think we could still break through and win this. That is the win con. We got to get lucky with our Sleep Talks. I need to go for Rest here because we won't live 2 hits. We'll only live 1. So he has Morning Sun, Photon, Geyser. So just going to click Rest here because I need to be able to live. I assume he's going to go for another... Does he Morning Sun or phone? He goes for Calm Mind. Oh my god, dude. I think I could have killed with a Terra Blast. Wow, that is brutal. I think I could have killed this thing with a Terra Blast. Wow. What a call by him. That's an amazing call by him. Now I just Sleep Talk and hope. Man, I thought he was going to attack or go for Morning Sun. I think I could have killed at +1 there. I didn't think there was a chance in hell that he was going to do neither. And now +1 Photon Geyser does more than half. We are in trouble now. We need a Terra Blast here. Show me the Terra Blast, man. Tell me we have a chance. Please, please kill. Oh, please kill. Oh, we don't kill. So, but we do more than half, which means if he Morning Suns and we Terra Blast again, we kill. Man, do I risk going out into Maverick right now? I think I have to Sleep Talk a second time. He's going to predict me to switch here. He's going to attack with something else. I'm going to Sleep Talk. He does. He goes for Earth Power, dude. We lived that. Oh my god, let's go. Please, show me Terra Blast. Show me Terra Blast, please. Please, 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 please. Damn it. This is okay. I'm gonna click Rest to heal myself back up to full. So he heals. Okay, and now we kind of start over, except I'm fully healthy and he's not. Oh, maybe that was a... Because I don't want to kill here with Terra Blast right there when I'm low, because then he brings in Iron Bundle for free and I lose the game immediately. That's like the weird spot I'm in right now. So I actually don't even want to kill this thing. I just need it low. This is such a weird spot, but I have to Sleep Talk because I can't safely switch in. Goes for Geyser. This is the play I could have went into Greninja, but I couldn't have predicted that. This is such a weird spot, dude. If I switch into Greninja on a Photon Geyser, I could win. He goes for Curse. I think he's gonna Morning Sun again now. Oh man, I don't know. I think the only way I could have won this game, I don't know if I can win anymore. I think the only way I could have won this game is switch into Greninja on the Photon Geyser, but he showed the Earth Power. And I predicted that right on the turn he went for it. Damn. Dude, Darude is playing out of his mind. He's really good. If we lose this game, I'm not even mad. He's playing really well. He's made some good calls. So he goes for the Morning Sun. He's going to fully heal. If we Terra Blast, though, we could do a chunk. We are now, I think, +2. Show me a +2 Terra Blast, man. This would be huge. Please show me Terra Blast. We might still have a tiny chance if we get Terra Blast off. No, I guess for Curse again. And now he's going to kill us for free. And now, aside from a Dark Pulse crit, I don't think there's a way we can win this game. Damn. Now we just got to Terra Blast and hope for a chunk. It's either that or I switch into Greninja, but I think he's going to Earth Power. I think he understands that it doesn't matter whether, like, if Necrozma dies, that he wins the game. But he can't switch into Iron Bundle because Terra Blast kills it. This is such an awkward spot. He wants his Pokemon to die, and I don't. I don't want it to die. He goes for Photon Geyser. I could have switched in Greninja on this play. Man. Because I would have taken 0 damage from it. So now I go Greninja, and... I mean, it wouldn't have mattered, right? Because I still need a crit to win. He's fully healthy. I need a Dark Pulse crit. That's the only win con. If I Dark Pulse crit, there's a tiny chance we can win this game. Nah, we don't get it. That's GG, I think. It's not going to matter whether he kills us here. Earth Power's not going to kill, I don't think. Does a good chunk, but we have Life Orb, so every time we attack, we lose HP. Damn, dude, this is going to be the end. Unfortunately, there's nothing else I can do. I got to click Dark Pulse, and if we crit, we might be able to claim one more kill, but there's no world where we ever win this game. Dude, Darude, well friggin' played, dude. Congrats, man. Congrats. I know you've been wanting this for a long time. This is your 3rd season. Finally getting your championship. I'm really happy for you, man. Really excited for you. Honestly, it sucks to lose, but if I was going to lose, I'm really glad it's because you were playing really damn well. You played really, really well. Honestly, we lose 5-0 here. This does not feel like a 5-0. Zapdos was the only one who had not gotten, like, chunked. Man, I feel like if I switched out on the right play on that Photon Geyser into Greninja, I think I might have won. I think I might have... maybe I wouldn't win, but I think I could have gotten really close. I think I could have gotten really close. All right, guys, so unfortunately, we didn't get the result we wanted. We didn't win the whole entire thing. We didn't win in the playoffs. Unfortunately, lost 5-0, but honestly, that 5-0 was crazy close. One of the mons is Iron Valiant with 1 HP. Iron Bundle has like 30 HP. There's like so many Pokemon on his team that are really chunked that if we just had one opportunity at the end there, I think we might have been able to sweep with Greninja. But honestly, the closest 5-0 I've been a part of, that's for sure. It was an amazing fight. Darude played out of his mind. He played so damn well. He was very, very deserving of this championship, and I'm honestly super happy for him. He's an awesome guy. We were just chatting in the Discord for a while, and just really nothing but appreciation towards him, and honestly, really well deserved. I'm really happy for him. I'm honestly not nearly as bummed as I thought I was going to be. I thought I was going to be really bummed if I lost here, but I think it's just a combination between Darude playing really well, and then just the fact that this is my first season. If you told me when I joined that I would make the finals, I honestly would have taken that instantly. The fact that I didn't even draft my team, I was essentially piecing it together out of pieces that people didn't draft. I feel really good about how we ended up. Overall, in terms of battles that we played, so not like what our team was, because we picked it up later, we ended up going 7-2. No, is that right? No, 6-3, sorry. 6 wins, 3 losses overall in terms of win-loss. And for my first season of Draft League, I think that's pretty good. So honestly, really happy about that. Obviously, you know, a little bummed to not win the whole thing, but hell of a match. Hell of a match to Darude, and I'll be coming back stronger next season, I promise. Before I let you go, guys, though, I just wanted to do this real quick. I thought that was just like a kind of cool little thing just to kind of commemorate the team. Obviously, a lot of Pokemon and a lot of members that are not showing up on this graphic. All the members who I named Pokemon after, thank you very much for your support, as always. And there's so many of you guys and so many of the Pokemon that were named after you guys that did a lot of work this season that are not on here. But I just wanted to highlight, I think Turambar the Ceruledge was the MVP of the team between the regular season and the playoffs, had 11 kills overall. Throughout the regular season, amongst Pokemon that made 5 or less appearances, he was tied for 2nd in the league for most kills, which I think was pretty awesome. He had 11 in total. MRDC in 2nd with 10 kills total, which is really awesome. Playoff kills, that goes to Ram9, the Glastrier, definitely our playoffs MVP. And one thing I want to shout out, the Indeedee, the Pelipper, every single Pokemon on our team got at least 1 kill this season, which is really, really cool to see. So honestly, it's my first season in the Pokemon Draft League. I think it went better than I expected it to, and I think I've learned a lot of things. I expect to keep improving, keep getting better, and keep putting out heat sets. I really love doing unique things with Pokemon and showing what they can do, not just like the standard stuff that you see all the time, which is why I really enjoy this draft league. So shout out to Kaz, the person who runs, and Shiro, obviously, who helps him out as well, who run this league. It's been nothing but a joy. I've really enjoyed it. Shout out to everybody watching and all the YouTube members, and thank you so much for watching as always, guys. I know it sucks, so we got second. We didn't end up winning the whole thing, but you can bet next season we're going to be back and better than ever, and we're going to try and complete the story and win that championship next time. So until the next video, guys, have a wonderful day.